Testing. Are you wondering what exciting career paths you could pursue if you've always been fascinated by space? Perhaps you've been captivated by the impact the sun has on our planet. Or possibly you've dreamt of working on satellites and how they orbit Earth. Do you want to help solve some of the problems that impact the world we all share? At SANSA, or South African National Space Agency, we focus on development work and research in the field of space science, and it might just be the perfect fit for you.
So the Space Science Program it's operated out of the San Juan facility. The program is responsible for fundamental and applied space science research, so basically looking at the sun to the Earth and space environment in between. In addition, we do science advancement and public outreach, as well as postgraduate student training and development.
The SANSA facility in Hermanus is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities and equipment which includes the Space Weather Center, which provides critical warnings and updates during solar events, a Helmholtz coil and non-magnetic temperature chamber to assist spacecraft manufacturers with improving the navigation functionality of spacecraft, a squid or superconducting quantum interference device for measuring magnetic signatures of seismic events, and even a science center and mobile space lab.
I've always been fascinated by space, even as a young child. I get to work on projects that have a national benefit. We really see how the work that we're doing affects the people of South Africa.
SANSA's core values support the company's vision of delivering integrated national space capability that responds to socio-economic challenges in Africa by 2030 and shape the company culture of high performance. The core values are service, teamwork, respect, integrity, personal growth, and excellence.
What I love most about working at SANSA is that it's a very stimulating working environment where I get to meet very diverse people with different skills nationally and internationally, and then the different experts in the field.
Every day I learn something new.
It's obviously on the cutting edge in many ways in terms of space science and the space industry. You have the freedom to do interesting and new things, especially in the research sector.
Our wellness program that staff have access to, where they can get legal advice, financial advice, counseling sessions should they need that. One of the other things is our training and development focus. We really give every employee an opportunity to develop themselves.
The quality of the research done by SANSA researchers is actually of a very high standard. We are respected internationally.
The one word I would use to describe working for SANSA is inspirational.
Excitement.
Teamwork.
I get to have fun.
It's nurturing, it's progressive, it's ambitious.
Captivating. The flexibility.
I get to play with really cool toys.
The bustling coastal town of Hermanus is a mere 90 minutes drive from the city of Cape Town and is a popular tourist destination, while still allowing residents to enjoy the tranquility
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? I just want to test the sound. All good? Can everyone hear me at the back? Clearly enough? Thank you. I'm going to ask everyone just to take their seats so we can start the proceedings. Okay. I didn't expect it to be so silent. My name is Keenan Janica. I am the Space Weather Project lead for the project, or for the reason you are here this morning. I'm going to be your program director, and I want to sort of welcome everybody who made this occasion so auspicious. All those who are here this morning. I'm going to call on our board chair, Ms. Xolise Kakana, to come and address us. Thank you.
Thank you. Sure, I heard you shouting. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Yeah, Honorable Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation, Dr. Blade Nzimande, Executive Mayor of Overstrand Municipality, Mr. Dudley Coetzee, DG, I saw DG somewhere, DG of Science and Innovation, he's not here with us. SANSA board members, Advocate Ichu Mutlo, and our Chair of Investment Committee, Mr. Johan Prinsloo, our CEO, SANSA, Dr. Val Munsami, Dr. Lien, our host, Makinel, and SANSA Hermanas Management Team, the Space Weather Project and Building Committee members, members of the Architectural Design Team, and the newly appointed Architectural Team. I welcome you with all our other guests and the support to the Minister. My name is Xolise Kakana, and I am the Chair of SANSA Board. And it is my privilege and my honor, Minister, and pleasure on behalf of the SANSA Board to welcome you to our facility. We are delighted to have you with us in participating in sharing this auspicious occasion, because today we witness a very concrete and tangible milestone towards our vision as SANSA. Our vision is that of an integrated national space capability that responds to the socio-economic needs of Africa by 2030. For our organization, SANSA, today signifies quite a very important step in our journey towards fully operationalizing space weather, which up to now has been a limited R&D activity, as you witnessed in the room over there. So today, this is a sword-turning event for Africa's first 24/7 Space Weather Operations Center, which has been designed to house world-class expertise and to be a center of excellence in space weather, providing African weather services to the international air navigation community. So at this building, the African child will have an opportunity to develop space capability and have an opportunity as well to go and compete equally in the global stage with innovation of space solutions, which has not been the case for a long time, solving African problems through young African graduates. Of course, without the support of our parent department, the DSI, which sometimes has allowed us to punch above our weight, and sometimes the DG has had to call us to order, because we strive for big projects that really take South Africa into the map in the global space. Without their support, we would not be here today. The DSI is supporting us and has funded us in making sure we realize this dream by building this world-class center. It is also opportune because, as Lian was mentioning in the room, this year, 2021, sees 10 years of SANSA. So we celebrate 10 years. We are a teenager that is really striving for excellence and punching above its weight. And we are excited about that within 10 years, we've managed to engage projects, global projects, that take South Africa into the map. Also today, this year, 2021, this facility that we are in is celebrating 8 years of delivering magnetic services solutions here in Hermanus. And all of this we do to advance humanity. Before I hand over to Dr. Anne McKinley, our Executive Head of Space Sciences, who will outline the day's events and brief us on the project, I just want to say to really appreciate the outstanding work that has been done by your team, Leanne, yourself and your team, by our CEO and his executive as well, and our current board, and also the previous board members, because work like this, we have to acknowledge, it builds up over years. We don't just come in and immediately projects like this take off. It takes a lot of support from our parent department, and it takes a lot of work from our teams to get us to this place that today we are able to celebrate this event. Once more, on behalf of SANSA, I would like to welcome each and every one of you, and it's wonderful and very exciting to have you here. Being aware that you all came from far places to come and be with us to celebrate this day really encourages us and makes us realize that our work is very important and our work does give meaning to our country. With those few words, I'd like to invite Anne to come and share with us on the project. Thank you.
Right, good morning, or good afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to express my own welcome as the executive responsible for this facility to the Minister of Higher Education, Science and Technology, the Executive Mayor for the Overstrand Municipality, the DG of Science and Innovation, SANSA Board Chair, CEO, and fellow executives, DSI colleagues, construction project and SANSA team members, members of the media and online guests. This event is being streamed online, so the rest of SANSA, while not here in presence, can actually participate and join in as well. SANSA has many reasons to celebrate this year. We have a rich history in the South African space landscape, including 80 years of magnetic operations in this beautiful town of Hermanus, 60 years since the first man went to space, and 10 years as a national space agency. Throughout 2021, we will celebrate that rich history that has laid a foundation and a credibility that has and will take us far. And we will embrace our future strategic direction and the hopes, dreams, and ambitions that we have for our national space program and its positioning on the African continent. We have only just tapped into the benefits that accrue for a space program, and we have invited you here today to experience firsthand what some of those benefits can and should be. More than 10 years ago, we had a dream. Our dream was to become part of the solution for the global challenge that is space weather. We became a member of the International Space Environment Service and began to fulfill the goal to be the regional warning center for space weather in Africa. We started small, limited focus, only looking at high-frequency communication impacts, Research and Development Center, which was initially opened in 2010 and later upgraded in 2018. Many of you have visited this center several times, and the center has seen significant visitors, ranging from international space weather researchers to members of the public and the youth. We are proud of the inspiration that many have found from visiting the center and connecting with our team. Due to that small dream, we found ourselves on the international stage when the impact of space weather on technological systems in the fourth industrial revolution started to become a real topic and concern for discussion. And most importantly, we were in the right place at the right time when the conversation moved to the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, and turned to mitigation measures for the aviation sector. In 2018, we underwent a year-long assessment that resulted in us being designated as a Center for Space Weather Information Provision to Aviation by ICAO. Our board chair mentioned that we tend to go in punching above our weight. And I remember one of my executive colleagues saying, this is what it feels like if you are a small dog running after the bus and you actually catch the bus. And we have been punching above our weight, and that was our intention. We turned out to be one of only 5 international centres to be designated as such, and one of only 2 to be designated as a single entity and not part of a consortium. The other single entity was the USA Space Weather Prediction Center, who had been in operation for 50 years longer than we had been. And what this means is that from the beginning we indicated that we could and would be responsible for the whole space weather value chain in Africa. We are proud to represent South Africa in this way. At that stage, our dream turned towards a serious ambition. The ambition was to be the leading space weather center of excellence, covering operations and research for the African African continent. It was a bold move, and one that we are now well on the path to achieving. In 2019, we embarked on a 3-year project to move our limited focus research and development center to a full focus covering 4 impact areas, 24/7 operational space weather center. This project includes 7 sub-projects: the design and building of a new space weather center, which is the reason we are here today, ISO 9001:2015 certification for our products and services. When we achieve this later this year, we will be only the 2nd space weather center to ever have its products and services quality certified. The expansion of the African Instrumentation Network to provide real-time operational data from across Africa, again an ambitious move, because most entities only do campaign mode in Africa because of the difficulty with communications. We will do real-time operational mode. The implementation of a communications and marketing plan for products and services, the development of a suite of products and services for space weather, larger than what we have at the moment, the development of skills, competence and capability in space weather research operations, and the development of a state-of-the-art ICT architecture to support the 24/7 operations. This will truly be a technological advance that South Africa can be proud of. Although the catalyst for the establishment of this capability was the ICAO designation in the aviation sector, I need to stress that the Centre will be able to support any sector that finds itself vulnerable to space weather impacts. And as we move towards the 4th Industrial Revolution, many of the technological advances that we are starting to take for granted will be impacted. During the past 18 months, we have made significant strides in positioning ourselves to realize our ambition. While it may appear that we have spent a lot of time thinking, the planning, design, conceptualization and development have all been taking place. We have made great strides in all 7 of the sub-projects needed to realize the whole. As we stand here today at this milestone event, the groundbreaking for our new Space Weather Center, I can mention just a few in the interest of time of our achievements. We can show you the designs for the new Space Weather Center and auxiliary buildings that are moving into construction phase, and I hope you will have time to look at the designs at the back of the tent. And I hope you will agree with me that they really stand out as being remarkable. We are on track to start the construction early in April. On the 1st of April 2021, our newly appointed Saatchi Research Chair in Space Weather will start with SANSA. This will be the first ever SANSA Research Chair who has been tasked with developing the specialized field of solar physics for South Africa. And this was a conversation that we started with DSI 3 years ago and is now a reality. We have realized 3 new products for the past year, and we have also been designated as the lead state in an African regional ICAO project on space weather. The new Space Weather Center will be a state-of-the-art building that we can all be proud of, and the SANSA Humanus campus will become similar to a space park, the importance through which will not only be in what the building symbolizes, it will be in the value proposition for the nation and the continent that we have created by developing a national capability in critical skills, a service that accrues domain-specific and public good benefits, a place for South Africa at the international table for determining solutions to this global challenge, and an excitement and drive for young South Africans that are our future. I would like to thank all of you, whether you're here in person today or online, for joining us today as we celebrate a significant milestone in achieving our ambitious goal. Thank you to the DSI and the SANSA board for assisting us to realize this dream, To the architectural design team, a big thank you for bidding to be part of this project and for bringing a creative and realistic element to our dream. To the Overstrand Municipal Executive Mayor and Council for their unwavering support of our positioning of Hermanus in the space and science landscapes, and to the hardworking, dynamic and innovative project team, I would like to say a very big well done. 2021 is going to be the most amazing year for this project, as we head at great speed for the final hurdle of being ready to provide services by November 2022. We invite you to join the SANSA team on this great journey, and we hope to be able to invite you back in a year's time, just 1 year, to unveil the new building and see how far we have come in realizing our ambition to boldly take Africa forward into space science and technology for the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. McKinnell. Just before I call upon Alderman Kutsia to come and give his speech, I just want to remind everyone of all the COVID protocols being followed. Please make sure that you are wearing your masks over your mouth and nose at all times, and also the social distancing throughout the proceedings. Also remind everyone that in the event that, from a safety point of view, in the event that there is an emergency and we have to vacate the area, the assembly point is next to the student accommodation, just up the road, okay? And then if anyone is needing of a bathroom or a place to freshen up, please, the bathrooms are just behind the tent in the research building if you need to use any bathroom at this point in time, okay? And just a reminder, when we do start with the ceremony, we will walk out the way we came in, around the tent to the area where we're going to do the ground turning. Okay, so thank you for that opportunity. Then also refreshments will be served at the end of the session at the behind the research building as well. All right, so I'm going to call upon our Overstrand Mayor, Alderman Dudley Kutsia. Welcome to come and share a few words on the impact on our local environment. Thank you.
Program Director, the Honourable Minister Dr. Bladen Zamandi, Dr. McKinnon, dignitaries, scientists, ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed an honour for me to be a part of this groundbreaking function today. The Space Weather Centre that is to be erected on these premises will attract leading scientists from around the world to Hermanus. And as the chair has informed us, this centre is designed to be equipped with world-class expertise to be a centre of excellence in space weather. And that fits perfectly into Hermanus and into the Overstrand, where as a local government we strive to be a centre of excellence to our community. That in fact is our motto, and it's what we strive to do daily. The Space Weather Centre will not only attract leading scientists, but it will also be a training centre for young aspirant scientists. And it is here that they will gain their knowledge in space weather, and from this centre in Hermanus will go out into the world to apply the knowledge that they have acquired here. And that makes me proud to be your mayor. The construction of this Space Weather Centre, with the additional facilities that will accompany it, the accommodation for the students, etc., will immediately give a much needed boost to our local economy. As during the construction phase, many jobs will be created for our local residents. And that boost will continue even after the completion of the construction, as the scientists and students move into this facility. Here at SANSA, for the past 80 years, a magnetic observatory has been operated. And that observatory has provided essential services, state-of-the-art services, to the international aviation industry, as well as the maritime industry and a number of others. And therefore I believe it's fitting that this state-of-the-art space weather center should be built here in Hermanus on this particular site. And I salute Dr. McKinnon and every person who has been involved in driving this particular project to ensure that the Space Weather Center will be constructed and operated from Hermanus. And I wish you every success in your future endeavors. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Alderman Kutsia. It's now my honor to call upon Minister Dr. Blade Nzimande to come and do his address before we do the groundbreaking ceremony. Thank you so much, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Let me start by greeting Alderman Dudley Kutsi, the Honorable Executive Mayor of the Overstrand Municipality, and thank you for your continuous support to this center. Let me also greet Ms. Xoliswa Kakana, the board chairperson of SANSA, and other board members who are here. Dr. Valananthan Munsami, the SANSA CEO, you are more than welcome, as well as other staff members of SANSA who are here. Our DG, Philip Jwaha, senior managers from our Department of Science and Innovation, as well as the Department of Higher Education and Training who are here, and staff from the ministry. Let me also greet all other distinguished guests and participants who are here this morning. I'm really not going to be long. All I just want to say is that Leanne, Dr. McKenna, I'm very impressed with what I saw here today. I truly am. Perhaps that's what I can reflect upon a little bit. SANSA, with the support of our Department of Science and Innovation, has embarked on a very important project to operationalize the space weather in order to grow our space weather capabilities and infrastructure, to make this a 24/7 operational space weather capability for the African region by next year. Indeed, space weather is a global challenge and effort, and as South Africa, we are positioning ourselves very well to be part of the solution of that challenge. This will include the new state-of-the-art facility and building that is going to be built here, And this will also grow some specialized skills. I must say, by the way, that Chair, I've brought the Deputy Director General responsible for skills development in my Department of Higher Education and Training. Not by error, it wasn't a random choice. It was a very deliberate choice for my agenda that our skills levy system, which by the way receives billions of rands each year, doesn't mean that it's got unlimited funds. That our skills system must begin to really support significantly skills in the area of space science and the activities that we are doing here. So it was a very deliberate choice as part of an agenda that I'm openly declaring, because I don't have secret agendas. It's a very transparent agenda for everybody to see. And Mr. Mvalo has promised me that he will come back here on his own. After that, he will come and give me a report. And I will never ever allow him ever to get into my office if he doesn't visit here and he doesn't come back with a concrete report. So I'm impressed because also I want to mention what I'm calling the takeaways from this trip and what I've seen today. The first takeaway is what I was telling the media about. That the very important research that you do here is not incentivized and recognized by our Department of Higher Education and Training, because we tend to be biased more towards research taking place inside the chambers of our universities. We will need to find a way to actually recognize what is here, what is being done here research-wise. The other takeaway, I was impressed about the science center that we went to, and more impressed about the work of that science center with local communities, schools, and other educational institutions. That's very important. In the US, they've got a very interesting organization which they call the ENCA Institutions Task Force, ATF. By that, it's an organization that brings together institutions that regard themselves as being ENCA institutions in their own localities. SANSA here and your services here is typical ENCA institution type of work. And what that science center is doing is very important in ensuring that school kids and others are able to interact, including your mobile operation. Now, I've got Mr. Mandela here, who is my industrial relations manager. I must commit him so that I'm not the only one who have to then be asked questions in future. He said to me, this other mobile facility you need in the north of the country, let's work together to fundraise for it and actually make sure that we do get the money that such that the work that is being done in these wonderful facilities is able to reach other parts of the country as well. That's my other very important takeaway. Let me also congratulate you for the launch of your rocket yesterday. It's groundbreaking, it's very important, made by students, went beyond the 15-kilometer target that you have. That is very, very important work that you are doing here. Now, I want to assure you that you have my full support with the work that we are doing here. I think that this facility here and what also we are going to be building is going to play a very crucial role, not only in your municipality, no, Honorable Mayor, in the country and indeed globally. I must say also that what I have seen, just the services you have in terms of space weather, is something that is very important. Now, as I end, I don't know how to put this in English, but normally when you see weather forecast, you know, on television, much as this is about space weather, but the relationship between that and space weather generally is something that many people do not understand. Today I understand it fully. When the weather forecast, they get it all wrong. Hermanus is gonna be very cold and windy and everything. Then the next day, Hermanus is quiet, it's bright, it's 30 degrees and so on. In Zulu, which means they had taken something, these weather forecasters, that made them not to realize this. Now I can understand then the importance of space weather backup, much as it is more than just the ordinary weather, whether it's going to be raining or not. That there's something even deeper that hopefully will help that even the others, they don't appear as if they had this mbumba, you know, whatever you call it. Really, let me thank everybody for taking away your precious time to be with me today, to welcome me, and I'm very happy to be part of this history making that we are making today, turning the sword for such a wonderful facility. I want to also commit, I'll be amongst the first, if I'm still minister, of course, to even if I'm no longer minister, by then, I'll be amongst the first to come and see once this facility is up and running, because what we have made today now, my own history will be inseparable from the history of this facility as from today. Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Minister Nzimande, for those beautiful words you shared with us. It's inspiring words that encourages us to move forward. I think if we just look at the person next to you, if you just turn to your left or turn to your right, today, if you look at the person next to you, next year this time, we will be probably be seeing something on the other side of this tent. It reminds us that we were part of this auspicious occasion. We are creating legacies not only in Hermanus, not only in our own families, but also for generations to come. And I think it's just a good thing if we just recognize those who are around us and what the role they've played in this journey thus far. So without any more delay, I'm going to call upon Dr. Val to come and do the vote of thanks as our CEO. Thank you, Dr. Val.
Thank you, Keenan, and thank you, Minister, Executive Mayor, the board chair and the board members, and also the DG and the DSI officials and DHET. And also I want to express my appreciation to the executive team and the staff. In fact, there's an army of people behind this: scientists, engineers, finance people, supply chain management. So I just want to say a very big thank you to all of them. I know you're pressed for time, Minister. You've got 11 o'clock, so I'll try to keep it short. So I'm reminded, you know, when God created, if you go back to Genesis, male and female, the very first thing he said is be fruitful and multiply. And if you think about that in context, to be fruitful or to bear the fruit, you have to plant the seed. And I think this is the seed that's being planted today, which is a genesis of a new future for SANZA. And it's a growth potential. So I think from a SANZA perspective, we can dream, and you know, but there's many other role players in this conversation, like the DG and you know the officials, who've actually supported this initiative to make that dream a reality. And I think, Minister, with your leadership in terms of driving this as well, I don't think we'll be standing here today in terms of the short timeline. I think when we got the announcement in 2017, I think the next day we were in the DG's office. And here we are today. And that cannot happen without the full support of the department. And so we really do want to thank you. And Executive Mayor, you know, this is in Hermanus, is as much as it's a national initiative, it's also impacting the local community. But I understand, even you being here today, you had to cancel your executive committee council meeting just so that you could be here. And that underscores the importance that you place on this particular initiative. So we really do want to thank you for your support in leading us in this respect. So Minister, I don't want to keep the proceedings too long, and I understand you have to do 11 o'clock. So I want to say a very, very big thank you from our side. You know, the seed has been planted, and I can assure you, together with the board and the executive team and the rest of the staff, we are going to ensure that that seed is nurtured. So by the time next year, you're going to see the fruits of that seed. So thank you, Minister, and to the executive and to our board and the executive mayor. And thank you very much, and do travel safe. Thank you.
All right. So could I please just ask, we're going to do the groundbreaking ceremony now. Minister Nzimande, Dr. Val, Dr. Leanne, and those who would like to join the entourage going to do the groundbreaking ceremony, could you please, we're going to go out the same way we came in, onto the red carpet around the tent, and then we'll meet in the front across the road. Okay. Those who are not going to join, you can remain inside, just for the sake of social distancing.
Okay, so all right, I've got a very loud voice. I'll try and make a very loud voice. So welcome. This is the site where the new space where the centre is going to be. This is going to be the edge, and it's going to be behind us. It's going to be lined up with the main building there. I'm going to ask the minister to please use the golden shovel to turn some soil and to declare the construction project open for the centre. Thank you.
start of the next phase of the journey of this center. Congratulations to everyone.
Thank you very much.